So today we're looking at two of our really key spaces that have been refurbished, the Year 10 Learning Hub and the Ferguson Year 11 Learning Hub. Those spaces are collaborative learning spaces where pupils can work together and socialise.
We felt very much that in the post-COVID environment that we had to give some real thought to the creation of a strong community to provide an opportunity again for young people to socialise together.
My first impression of the space was that it was open and inviting. There was lots of space to collaborate. I was very excited to go and to explore it.
I think my friends and I all had the same impression of the space, which was a really nice place to have to contrast with the classrooms and help us focus more academically and socially.
I think the biggest change we've seen in the students is that sense of belonging. They've now got an area that they are proud of and they can come at break time, at lunchtime. Even before school we have a big intake of pupils that come in the morning rather than trying to find a classroom or walking around the school.
We were mindful of the initiative that we've been introducing over the last 2 years, which is called Future Ready. And we focus a lot on preparation for not just university, but for the world of work.
The design kind of concept was to provide a lot of the benefits that many adults experience in co-working spaces for pupils, but one that is centred around them.
My friends like this space a lot because they can sit on the modern chairs and there's many places to sit and it's nice and warm in here, and the panels in the soundproof areas are nice and insulated.
Schools can be really noisy places and the soundproofing in the learning hubs is fantastic and I think has really brought a sense of calm.
This space has led to a huge change in the sense of community and the atmospheres, in that as it's a social space and an academic space, it really creates a contrast between here and the classroom, where in here it's very open. In a classroom, it's all locked in rows, so it helps me really decompress when I'm in here.
The new spaces support me academically because I'm able to have a space where I can go and study and be able to improve my work and be able to get things done that I need to.
That has a huge knock-on effect to the rest of the school as well, because now it's not as congested. 7, 8 and 9 have their areas too that they can go to, and it just makes the whole flow of the school a lot more, not safer, but more respectful and a little bit calmer around school, which again has a huge knock-on effect.
For educators like me, for teachers, the great benefit is the flexibility of having a new space that is different from a classroom to use during lesson time. And the big benefit for educators is that more positive, calm, shared culture that we have amongst our pupils can really kind of be brought into lesson time as well.
I've been ahead now for 15 years, so I've been aware of Envo Plan's work. So it was a relationship I really wanted to explore because also time was important. We needed to move on this very quickly. And there was a very good relationship between Envo Plan and the school, where eventually we landed on what would be the perfect design. And the important next step was not just looking at the spaces and listening to the ideas that we were playing around with, but most importantly, they worked as well with our pupils, particularly those who were then in Year 9 and Year 10, who would be benefiting as the first group of Year 10s and the first group of Year 11s to be in those spaces.
A key part of the design concept was that the space would be built around the children, around the pupils and their needs, rather than them being subject to a design that was designed by adults for adults.
So I, along with a few others, had the input of helping design the space and help name the space. And it's really good because we felt like we were invested in it. So when it came to be and we all saw it, it was really exciting.
We know as educators that pupils learn at their best when they're comfortable being challenged, and that means that they need to be happy and feel grounded. And I feel like these spaces that belong to the pupils themselves have had a huge impact in that in the last term.